Hey guys, it's the Digital Pumpkin Cat as always, and today we have 9 new Tekky Halloween animatronics. Of course, Tekky Design, the manufacturer, and 3 out of 9 we already know. So yeah, these just randomly dropped on some YouTube channel. And then, of course, it started to spread all over the place, and then it was being shared, and, I mean, let me tell you right now, so I don't disappoint any of you guys, but don't know where all of these are being sold, and all of these could all just be fake. So, yeah. It would be very hard to fake them, but it's still very much doable to fake. I'm just saying right now, this right here is so close to Jack-O-Lunger from Spirit Halloween that it could be Jack-O-Lunger edited. I'm just saying. But, hopefully these aren't fake. I'm really crossing my fingers because what you see in front of your eyes right now is a reskin of Mr. Dark and Hellspawn as a Jack-O-Lantern. I have been asking that since Mr. Dark came out, because I think like a pumpkin in the ground just like popping up out of the ground with dirt and moss all over him like a pumpkin creature, that would be great. I always loved those pumpkin creatures, and I've always loved that idea, and now it's just what we got. Again, this might be fake, but what I see in front of my eyes is epic. The face mold, these are just prints of the actual thing. If it's real, that is, but again, this is not the actual thing. So I can't get up and close to the face, but what I see right here, there's a ton of detail on the face. And out of Hellspawn and Mr. Dark, it looks like the same face expression that they all have, if you know what I'm trying to say. Just much more open and scarier. And yeah, I'm not going to say the proportions are huge on this thing because it is much smaller compared to Mr. Dark and Hellspawn. It is 6 feet. Usually we see these jumping guys go up to from 4 feet to 8 feet, I think, or maybe 3 feet to 8 feet, or maybe, I don't know, something like that. But, this is going, I guess, from 4 feet, like we usually see it, to 8 feet. I guess that's still quite a good scare, but definitely not as good as Hellspawn or Mr. Dark, because, I mean, it's jumping 2 feet. But, I mean, if it doesn't fast, and if it does it, like, up in your face, it's pretty startling. And as you can see here, the whole top is really tiny. If this whole thing is 6 feet, then that top has got to be really tiny. So this is a pretty tiny guy, but of course he gets taller up to 6 feet, but still that's average size. So, I mean, kind of a Mr. Dark and Hellspawn reskin, but at the same time, it's kind of tweaked. But, I mean, I do really love him. I mean, I think everybody's going to love this guy and be satisfied with him. Again, no idea where these are being sold. These all just randomly dropped, which is very suspicious. But hopefully Spirit, maybe Party City, possibly Home Depot. We already seen Lowe's. Some of these could be Big Lots. We'll just have to wait and see. This one is most likely Home Depot if it goes anywhere. Because, I mean, Home Depot, I think, created the whole idea of the goblin with the skeleton in the bag, and we've been seeing a tradition with Home Depot, kind of them taking the same ideas and maybe reskinning them, like the Home Depot Gravedigger, using the same character, but in different forms, or again, reskins like the Pumpkin Stack or Skull Stack, or like the Goblin Thief and now the Zombie Thief. But, I mean, these are all placeholder names, so these aren't going to be the right names. But, yeah, so it's basically the Goblin Thief, which we all know and hopefully love. But now it's a zombie. I think it doesn't make as much sense as the Goblin Thief did, because now it's like a dead guy, an undead guy, pulling another dead guy or undead guy with those light up eyes. The light up eyes were a weird choice, but I wish they lost those. You can always just cut the wire or something. The bag looks more detailed, but again, these are like printed drawings. The zombie face looks really good. His clothes look really good. Tekky does a great job on clothing, so that's nice. His hands are really creepy too. So again, it's like, and of course he's gonna be popping the skeleton out of the bag, turning his head, talking, saying some phrases, and yeah. This one's good. Not as good as a Goblin Thief, definitely, but it's still a great prop. And 60 inches, I guess that's a good height since he's, like, very bent over to pull this guy out of the bag. But, yeah, I'm guessing Home Depot on that one. Here's my favorite, definitely 100%. You know me and Scarecrows, everyone in the community likes those Scarecrows. What can we say? We're the haunters. But, animated Crow's Scarecrow. I'd like this thing to be called the Scary Crowman. No, just me. Okay. Now this prop is awesome. It looks professional. I do want to talk about height. 48 inches. It's a really, really, really tiny prop. Yeah, why so tiny? But you can, yeah. So, like, it's one or maybe even two poles, and then it's just, of course, the prop with the crows on top. This is, I think, if I were to make a prediction, I would probably say Big Lots or Party City. Home Depot and Spirit could most definitely pick it up, but it just kind of looks like a Big Lots thing, or it just kind of looks like a Party City thing. Party City and these stores tend to have a trend with their props, and Scarecrows and all that stuff is definitely Big Lots and Party City's thing. Yeah, it's just, why I love it. First of all, the cross has so much detail on it, but that's just one of the awesome things. The crows, I never even have thought this thing could be done. But the head is obviously covering up the mech for that. First of all, the head looks great, the hat looks great. The head is just, the head's epic. What can I say? This almost looks like Scarecrow Raph from Distortions. Again, could be faked to maybe be similar to that, but only time will tell. But again, looks very, very similar, even with the crows and stuff. But the crows are, of course, going to be flying around with the turning mech, and the wings seem to be flapping, or maybe they just seem to be static. I think static. I don't think they could do the flapping wings, but again, time will tell. Clothing is so much detail. Again, Tekky is great when it comes to detailed on the clothing, and just the prop overall. Hands are great. The light in the body's great. Oh, you like how there's no rib cage there, but of course stuff could change. And then he fogs, and it's just really great. It's kind of an Inferno Scarecrow guy, since he's like fire coming out of him, burning him. And it's just a really neat prop. So happy for this guy to make his way into retail if it is real. I am really hoping that it's real and not just fake. Spine Twisting Granny. This looks like one from Poison Props. The possessed lady, I think you guys have seen her, but again, Poison Props is a professional company. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. But it's kind of like, I guess, a possessed granny, or maybe just a granny who needs to go to the doctor. But the spider webs, Tekky tends to do that. I don't know if that's supposed to be spider webs or some tattered cape. I'm going with some tattered cape because from afar it looks like spider webs, but yeah, so she's gonna be like facing the wall, and then her head will go like all the way around to turn there and face you, and then her body will turn with it, and then she'll probably her eyes will light up, and she'll probably speak a goofy phrase or so, or maybe just scream. Hopefully, just scream. But then, of course, then she does it all again, and I think this is really nice. Face mold looks good. Hair looks good. I like how they did that instead of like the long hair. The curls actually make it look pretty more realistic and creepy. The build just looks so real for this prop, and it looks like an actual woman, which, I mean, that's what they're trying to show. And the light up eyes to show that it's possessed or something looks really good. Clothing's not the most detailed, but the simplicity, I think, really sells it. Cape is nice. Cape really adds a lot. And the ruffles and the hands look awesome, and it's a really great prop. And yeah, 66 inches, I think that's normal size. And now we've got a 2-for-1 deal. Rising Trick-or-Treaters. They remind me of those little guys from Party City, the Ghost and the Reaper Trick-or-Treaters. But now we have them in rising form. I think those ones were also made by Tekky. And now they start off at like 36 inches, and they look to get pretty tall. That one is definitely like a scarier version of the telescoping ghost from Target last year. I really did want that guy, but he was too cutesy in my opinion. But now, since I know I'm doing like a Haunted Mansion theme, I definitely want to pick up one of these if they make it to retail. I just think the rising animatronics are so creepy. And even if they look like this, it still looks really creepy. Because the thing with these guys is that they look innocent until they light up and start talking and just rising in front of your face. That was a problem with Target's one. It didn't look creepy at all, or scary for that matter. But the ghost is really nice. The ghost looks great. Tekky sells it with their ghosts when they're trying to be scary, like the Trick-or-Treater from last year. So you can definitely see a pattern. These, I don't have a doubt, are going to be sold at Party City, no doubt. Again, with the like kid ghostly Trick-or-Treater guys and the other Trick-or-Treaters and just a lot. Hopefully be selling separately. I don't want to see these two as a pair, but we all know they're going to be paired up and probably like $200, which, I mean, isn't bad for both, but I kind of just want one. The ghost, again, looks really good. Not much to say about the ghost. Not much to say about the Reaper either. Face is fine. But yeah, trick-or-treating buckets have that nice, like, mean face to them. And yeah, they're cool. So those were our last new props, I guess. And now these props you might already recognize. Although, all of these props are different in a way. Now, again, I'm going to bring up the fake thing, but this is definitely really different and very, very suspicious. Because we've already seen Lowe's confirm their leaks and stuff, and we've seen them in all their glory in the manager meeting. Of course, they can make a few changes here and there, but these are like totally different props with the same concept. But I wouldn't be complaining if they were changed to this, honestly, because these are much better, except for the scuba diver, but we'll get into that later. So, of course, we got the Siren. She looks quite the same, except her skin color is different to, like, Aqua, and she's got some stuff on her back. I don't know if she already had that, and we just couldn't see it, probably. But, as you can see, the elephant in the room, she has a pot. We definitely did not see that. She looks the same, except for her skin color. Very much detailing, and the pot. The pot looks great. The pot needs to be added if this prop is, being sold at Lowe's at anytime soon. Now, this guy looks a bit weird, his face and all, but the clothing they changed up, and the wheel looks the same, but yeah, he's changed up a lot, and I don't really know how I feel about this one. But the scuba diver looks the same, but it says he has a changing light in his helmet, which might be true with the release model. Of course, he turns side to side, and his head turns, we all know that. But, he, again, looks like the original photos we got from Lowe's, and I don't see a skull in there. So, but it's probably just the light covering it, and again, these are just drawings, and they definitely could be faked. So, those were all the new Tekky Toys props, and some ones that we already knew about, tweaked a little. So, I guess right now, we're in the community, we're just playing wait a few months and see which ones make it to retail and which ones don't. Probably, I'm guessing all the Lowe's ones, and then the other ones are probably going to be fake. That's just my call. But I really hope they're not, and I really hope the few little touches to these Lowe's props are actually made, except for the scuba diver. The sea captain, I think it would be fine if they didn't change him, but all of these Tekky props are great, and Tekky always knocks it out of the park every year, especially in modern time, and I just can't wait to see their lineup for this year, and I really, really do hope these are real. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, Digital Pumpkin Cat, like and subscribe.